Tonight on Connecticut's news station, new video released in a state lawmaker's DUI arrest.
Which doesn't make any sense, but we'll have to change that.
The new details we're learning tonight in the case of State Representative Robin Comey.
Warm and windy heading into Saturday, and we're tracking the chance for a strong thunderstorm.
Plus the fallout from former President Donald Trump's indictment.
No American is above the law.
We're hearing from Connecticut lawmakers and experts as Trump is expected to turn himself in next week.
And 80 minutes to glory.
Play a game versus a great team. Know we're going to have to be at our best.
Go Huskies! We have complete coverage of UConn in the Final Four as the Huskies are 2 wins away from a 5th national title.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we begin with breaking news here at 10, a deadly hit and run in the north end of Hartford. Good evening, I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us here at 10 o'clock. Tonight, police are searching for the driver in that wreck. It happened near the intersection of Main and Rosemont Streets this evening.
Fox 61's Gabby Molina joins us from Hartford Police Headquarters tonight with what we know so far. Gabby.
Ben and Jen, as of 10 o'clock tonight, that portion of the road has reopened. Police have cleared the scene after doing a pretty lengthy investigation there, and police are now still looking for the driver responsible for that hit and run. Just before 6:30 tonight, Hartford police say that they were called to Main Street between Tower Avenue and Rosemont Street for a report of a pedestrian hit by a car. There were some officers nearby at the time who were able to respond quickly. They found the man unresponsive in the street. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police say their city cameras did capture the incident, and they say the car that hit him was driving north at a very high speed.
We're looking for a gray-colored Jeep, possibly a Grand Cherokee, most likely with front-end damage and a Vermont plate. So if anybody sees that, please give us a call as soon as you can. Please don't approach, but give us a call.
And police have not yet identified the victim, but they did say that it is an adult man. And again, anyone with information about this incident should call Hartford Police. Live in Hartford, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Gabby, thank you. Keep us updated. Let's get to the forecast here. A bit of a rainy start to the weekend.
Yeah, we want to check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. And Rachel, we're really looking at tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it looks like a rainy start to the day tomorrow, but a stormy finish with some sun in between. And there is a potential for severe weather, and we're going to be keeping an eye on that between 6 to 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. So that'll be the window of time. The greatest risk for any thunderstorms that end up developing will be for damaging winds, but we will have to watch for any sneaky rotating thunderstorms tomorrow as well, with a lot of spin in the atmosphere. Taking a look at the satellite and radar right now, we've got one batch of showers that is moving out. Earlier, it was mostly the wettest for the northern half of the state. Southern areas stayed a lot drier. We get a break in the action overnight, and then steadier rain is going to fill back in again as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. Temperatures are in the 40s, and that's pretty much where they stay tonight. We might see the numbers dip a couple of degrees, but then they actually rise as we head towards daybreak. Steady rain when you're waking up in the morning to start off your Saturday. But as we head through the mid to late afternoon, we break for some sunshine and temperatures warm up in a big way. We're talking about highs in the 60s, and a couple spots could even approach the 70-degree mark. And then heading into the evening, we'll have to watch for some of those strong thunderstorms to develop again 6 to 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Following this front that'll pass through, it turns breezy and cooler for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. We'll show you the future radar, really help you plan your weekend. Full forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Rachel. And new at 10, we are getting a closer look at the arrest of a state lawmaker on DUI charges.
More than 2 weeks ago, State Representative Robin Comey of Branford flipped her car over in downtown Hartford, just blocks away from the Capitol. Hartford police released body cam video from the arrest today. Fox 61's Jake Garcia joining us here in studio, breaking it all down. Jake?
Yeah, it was a lot of video to get through tonight, and I'll tell you that the video showing the state of mind that Representative Comey was in after police say she was behind the wheel of the car that flipped along Capitol Avenue in Hartford. The video appears to show her zone out at times, even making jokes about changing DUI laws. Hartford police arriving to the scene where State Representative Robin Comey apparently flipped her car as she was driving home. Police body camera video shows officers asking her where she was coming from.
I was heading home from...
In the video, she appears dazed and can't remember the restaurant she was coming from, pointing down the street.
So how did we end up upside down here?
I don't know.
Officers then decide to perform field sobriety tests, moving Comey into an alley where she struggled to follow directions. Fox 61 was the only station on scene capturing the moments police placed her in handcuffs. Body camera video then shows Hartford police putting Comey in the back of a police car and reading her rights before taking her to a DUI command center not far away in downtown. Police ask her if she wants to call an attorney.
What do you think? Hi, David. It's Robin Comey calling. I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Unable to reach an attorney, officers ask her for a sample to test her blood alcohol level. She initially refuses, but when officers tell her what the consequences would be, she agrees.
Which doesn't make any sense, but we'll have to change
You gotta take a deep breath in.
Officers then tell her she's over the legal limit.
0.08, and now they're moving it.
When's that happening? I know it's been in the works, so 0.08 is the legal limit.
Now, Comey was released on a promise to appear. 2 days after her arrest, Comey issued a statement of apology saying she was seeking treatment. She's expected to appear in Hartford Superior Court in May. In studio, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you very much. Well, new details tonight about the indictment of former President Donald Trump. Sources tell the Associated Press that Trump is facing at least one felony charge. Trump was indicted by a Manhattan grand jury yesterday. He's accused of funneling $130,000 to adult film star Stormy Daniels right before the 2016 presidential election to cover up an affair with her. Democrats in Connecticut are waiting to see what the indictment says, while Republicans are saying it is a politically motivated attack.
My decision is going to be to let the legal process take its course and to not render my political opinion on a legal process.
We now have a government that lords over the people and uses the power of the government to silence people they don't like. And that's wrong.
The indictment remains sealed tonight, and the former president is expected to turn himself in next week. He'll be booked like anyone else facing charges, including taking mugshot and getting his fingerprints. However, it's unlikely that he'll be put in handcuffs, and he will have Secret Service protection that day.
Well, new at 10 tonight, state police making an arrest after a man was found dead from an overdose at the Stonington Institute in North Stonington more than 3 years ago. 32-year-old Edward Broyles is accused of providing the drugs that killed Tyrell Hightower. He died in February of 2020 at 29 years old. Broyles was arrested down in Stuart, Florida back on March 9th. He's facing manslaughter and a drug charge. He's being held on $200,000 bond. The big story here in Connecticut this weekend, we are less than 24 hours away from the UConn men taking on Miami in the Final Four.
Yeah, Husky fans have gone to Houston, where it's not only a lot warmer, but full of hope for UConn to win its 5th national title. Fox 61's Jonah Karp joins us live at the Convention Center in Houston, where plenty of Huskies fans are having fun the night before the Final Four. Hey, Jonah.
Hey guys, yeah, we're hanging out in Houston ahead of the big game tomorrow, UConn versus Miami, a clash in the Final Four right here in Houston. We bumped into a pack of Huskies. Guys, get in here. Got 4 people that we're going to talk to. Connor, Patrick, Scotty, Austin. For you two, the only 2 out of this group UConn grads, correct?
That's correct.
Yep. Graduating class of?
2018.
2017. You went to?
Moravian.
What year?
1986. 86, yeah.
Honorary Huskies fan?
Absolutely.
This was a heck of a trip for you, Austin, to get here, was it not?
Indeed it was. I flew in from Los Angeles to Orlando this morning, and then back from Orlando to Houston.
Worth it?
Absolutely. I'm here for the ride.
You're here for the entire ride?
The entirety of the ride.
So through Monday if UConn makes it?
Fingers crossed, yes.
Patrick, your freshman year was 2014, the Shabazz Napier year.
Yeah, it was. Watching that run was incredible.
What was that like, being a freshman watching that?
Well, Connecticut has such a deep history that, you kind of expected it. I watched 2004, 2011, but watching that on campus with my freshman year dorm buddies and celebrating with the whole school afterwards was an incredible experience.
Connor, you were a senior in high school?
That's correct. I was.
That helped influence your decision to go to UConn?
Yep, it was. It was the deciding factor to go to UConn, actually, that 2014 run.
By the way, this is not just a pack of Huskies. These two are brothers. The father right here. Scotty, as the father, Connor chose to go to UConn back in, what was it, 2017 when you were a senior? 2014. I can't do that. Any pushback on your end?
No, I encouraged it. Great school.
It is a great school. All right, guys, predictions for tomorrow's game. Go.
Huskies.
Skis by a billion.
Skis by 5.
Huskies winning a big one, but the national championship's going to be close.
Let's get a go Huskies on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go Huskies!
Obviously, fans out in full force. We have more coming up in the 11 o'clock show. We're live in Houston. Jonah Cart, Fox 61.
Connecticut's news station.
Back to you guys.
Hire him, Jonah. Fantastic. UConn Nation down in Texas. Jonah, thank you. And UConn Nation is also eager with anticipation back here in Connecticut tonight, and that includes businesses ready for some big watch parties tomorrow. Kinsman Brewing in Southington's the official location of the Hartford Alumni Chapter's watch parties. Kinsman even makes a beer called Husky Hops. The brewery says it's expecting a couple hundred people to watch the Final Four, and working with the school has also helped business.
The watch parties have been pretty exciting. Every UConn fan that comes in is pretty amped to watch the game here. We've got Husky Hops on draft, and it's been awesome. The fans are pretty crazy.
Kinsman Brewing, located right at the old Clark Brothers Blot Company building on Canal Street, right in the Milldale section of Southington. Here's a list of some official UConn spots to watch the game tomorrow night. The Bears Smokehouse locations in Hartford, Windsor, New Haven are advertising specials for the Final Four as well.
Well, the dog, who some say is the heart and soul of UConn athletics, has made it to Houston. Jonathan, the 14th, landed in Houston after he couldn't fly down on the team's flight. He took some time to take in the sights of Space City today and even had some fun with his costume twin. Jonathan, the 14th, is the first Siberian Husky to serve as UConn's mascot since the athletic department changed its logo in 2013. He's named after Jonathan Trumbull, who was Connecticut's first governor.
We have so much coverage on the UConn men in the Final Four. We made it simple and easy for you. Everything's in one place here. Just text the word Huskies to 860-527-6161 for everything you need on UConn's road to the championship. Again, just text the word Huskies to 860-527-6161.
And our coverage of the Huskies in the Final Four continues later in sports. We're going to hear from both coaches about tomorrow's game. We'll also tell you about a Husky star who had to sit out of practice today. That's coming up.
We have